Welcome to the very first episode of Teachable Moments. My name is Horace Buddoo. Now, the purpose of Teachable Moments is to engage in conversation around teaching and learning from a parent, student, and teacher's point of view, and to also help to engage and share ideas about how we can make teaching and learning better for our students. Let's talk about homework. We know it's a necessary part of the teaching and learning process, but for some reason, we are having a hard time getting our students to engage consistently in doing their homework. So let's discuss some of the reasons why that might be and what we can do to improve the whole process of homework.
Homework can help you if you actually do it right, if you're taught it right. Other than that, I don't know. It's like, if you go home and do your homework, you'll remember it for the test, because we just took a test and I did my homework, so I did pretty good on it. And if not, then why do it?
I honestly don't like homework, but I see that it's a necessary evil because, honestly, I would forget 90% of the material learned in the day if I didn't do homework.
I don't like it. It's boring, but it can be helpful, especially if it's a difficult lesson. The homework practice can help you do better.
So I find generally two schools of thought on that in my experience with teaching, that many teachers have a traditional view. It's absolutely necessary to reinforce the concepts that are taught in the classroom, especially here where we have a block schedule. We only see the kids every other day. If you throw in a weekend or a long weekend, it could be 4 or 5 days sometimes before they've seen the material. So certainly to reinforce the concepts taught in class is important. Homework in its own right is important. Teaches students how to manage their time. How to be self-reliant. They don't know an answer, maybe they'll dig a little deeper, find out how to look it up, how to find it. So there's that school of thought that homework definitely serves a purpose, it's definitely necessary. However, there's also many teachers that feel homework in students' minds is just an unnecessary evil. Students will get something turned in as quickly and as easily as possible. They won't put much effort into it. If they don't understand a concept, they're not going to dig deeper on it. They got their extracurricular activities, they got other things going on. So those other teachers will actually de-emphasize homework to the point where you'll talk to some teachers won't give homework. They'll just say, well, the students aren't going to do it. Maybe a couple will do it, most will copy. It doesn't mean anything to them. So there's the balance right there between the traditionalists, where you have to do it, it's important, and you will find teachers that say, why bother assigning it? I know most of the students won't do it, a few will, the rest will not.
Well, a lot of people hate homework, but I think it's necessary because after one day of class, you come into school and you learn it. When you come the next day, you forget everything. So it's a way of practicing what you learned in class again.
Specifically math homework, I do realize that the more practice that you do, the better. But the thing is, you always, when school ends, it's like a whole nother world after school ends, because you have friends that want to hang out with you. You have personal activities and collaborative activities you want to do with people, like what any teenager would do, like play video games, go to the movies, shoot some basketball hoops, and something that you think is that you just think is fun. Math you don't really find as fun as any other activity that you would do.
Fun activities in class maybe that will want us to do more problems at home.
What I found more interesting is when I was in Florida Virtual School and they had online collaborative sessions that we can work together with people to solve the problems, and this is more like a tutoring thing. They usually you have a teacher that helps you out more to explain it in a fun way. You can use online tools. You can actually write the answer out and draw and stuff like that. So it can be very fun, especially when you finally get it.
Technology-based.
That too. And if the concept is really hard, you should give shorter problems or not as many. And if it's an easier concept, then more problems.
But
Like interact math, I kind of like that. It helps me, it gives me examples, it shows me how to do it. And it's on the computer, which is I'm on like 24/7, so I don't usually forget to do it.
So here are some suggestions of what we can do to help our students to not only see the importance of homework, but to actually do their homework. Consider your students' time when you assign homework. They might be a part of a club or a part of a sports team or even a part of the band. And sometimes after school, they may have these extracurricular activities that they're doing, which may take time away from them doing their homework. So be considerate of their time when you assign homework. Empower them in class so that they feel confident enough to be able to do the homework on their own. Sometimes it's just a matter of them not feeling confident enough or competent enough to be able to do the homework. So if you give them that self-esteem booster in class, hopefully that will help them to want to attempt the homework on their own. Another thing you can do is assign a specific problem for a student to go over in the next class. So if you have a list of problems that you've assigned for homework, just identify specific problems that specific students will have to explain the next time you see that class. So that sort of puts the onus on them to make sure they understand that concept. And when you have students explaining concepts to each other, that reiterates what they already know. And sometimes it's just easier for them to understand each other as opposed to understanding you. Here's a big one. Consider flipping your classroom. Depending on the group of students that you have and how you've introduced this into your classroom, it could be an effective way for your class to do assignments because more of their learning will be done at home through video or through any other means that you choose, and then they get to practice and they get to reiterate their knowledge in class with you there to assist them and facilitate. So that is a consideration when it comes to homework. Assign homework as part of a project-based learning activity. If they can see how this assignment fits into a bigger picture, they might be more motivated to accomplish that assignment. Give your students choice when it comes to a homework assignment. You can either have them as a part of that process of choosing what to do, or you can give them 3 options or 2 options or what have you and have them choose among the options that best suit them. So giving them this sense of autonomy when it comes to them making those decisions can help to motivate them to want to do their homework. Find a way to make the assignment a little bit more technology-based. For example, you can give them a website to go to practice some problems so that they can do it online, or you can incorporate something as simple as take a picture of a real-world example of the concept we just learned and bring it to class. Take a selfie with you in that picture and explain to the class how that's related to the concept that we've just learned. Something like that will make homework a little bit more interesting. Lead by example. Show them that you're doing your homework. Let them know that it's the preparation that you're doing outside of class that enables you to teach the lessons that you're teaching. Show them what you're doing. Show them the many papers that you have to grade. Show them the many lesson plans that you have to create. Show them the various sites that you have to go to do research. Let them see that you're doing your homework so that they can know that doing homework is beneficial to them as well. Your students know the difference between understanding a concept and learning a concept. Sometimes because you may have explained it well and they understand it in class, they have this false sense of security that they don't need to practice it at home. Have them understand that understanding a concept is different from learning it. They have to practice it, they have to use it, they have to internalize it to be able to learn it, and it becomes a part of them. So please make sure that distinction is made. And positive reinforcement and rewards for continually doing their homework. I know this may be a controversial issue because a lot of teachers believe that the grade should be enough of a positive reinforcer for them to continue doing their homework. However, we're dealing with students that may not make that connection yet because they just don't. So in order to get them started on that process, I believe that the positive reinforcement, the encouragement, and the rewards will help them to get on that path. And then you could show them how that path is conducive to their success and how the connection should be made. Now, last but not least, get the parents involved in the process. They need to know when the student has homework. So either post it on your website or maybe through Edmodo, you can have it posted there and give them the parent code so that they will know. But either way, they need to know when the child has homework so that they can keep them accountable to their assignment. I hope these suggestions were helpful to you. Feel free to tweet me at Mr. Buddoo or send me a message at my website. That's mrbuddoo.com, MRBUDDOO.com. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for another episode of Teachable Moments.